even in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is one of the biggest. What was it? The king of Saudi Arabia, or the kingdom of Saudi Arabia? They were the biggest group that fought back against Elon taking over Twitter. They did not want Elon to take over Twitter because he's like he wants to make it more balanced.
In China, they have state-sponsored hacking.
Right.
Where they just they buy buildings and they just pack it full of people that are on computers 24 hours a day trying to hack into everything in America.
They indicted a bunch of those guys.
Yeah.
A ton of those guys they indicted.
That's the problem. That's the problem with free speech on Twitter. Where do you draw the line? Like, what was the purpose of the free speech? What was the purpose of?
Well, there is no line for free speech, right? I mean,
there is, because they have a community. They have community guidelines. There's rules they have to follow.
For who? Who are you talking about?
For Twitter.
China?
For Twitter. For Twitter. Yeah. There's like, it's supposed to be free speech, but the reason that they ban people is for reasons, right? They're trying to avoid doxing. They're trying to avoid like real calls for violence on people.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see violence. To me, violence would really probably be the only thing that I could say, hey, look, you just can't advocate violence. Like at that point, I'd be good.
And that was their ultimate reason for banning Trump, right? They're saying that he incited the January 6th riots or whatever.
Yeah, it would have to be pretty specific violence. You'd have to for me to say, listen, we got to wipe. You can't say that. Like, it would have to be pretty specific.
That whole
what he said was very vague. So
the whole Trump ban shit was fucking wild, man. Like, if you think about it, dude, that's the wildest fucking shit ever.
Of president getting banned from social media.
Because that right there lets you know that the people who run these companies are part of, a particular fucking agenda and are part of a particular fucking side of the political fucking. You know what I mean? Like, it's obvious.
For
like,
sure,
it's fucking straight fucking obvious. When something like that happens, it's like, okay, then there is an agenda and there is fucking some kind of ulterior fucking motive here. And it's just like, what the fuck? That's insanity. That's pure fucking insanity that's happening.
And there's lots of other, like Milo Yiannopoulos getting banned. The other person who got banned, I forget who it was, but some person tweeted a man is not a woman or something like that. They got banned,
immediately,
suspended from Twitter permanently.
It's crazy, man.
This guy I know, this political commentator kid that posts a lot of shit on YouTube, Kyle Kalinske. He posted replying to some sort of political tweet from somebody, like mocking the dude, and then posted that GIF of the head exploding. You know the GIF from that movie? It's a GIF of like this guy with a clay head, and his head just explodes, and it's like clearly like clay fake animatron or like special effects.
Right.
And they fucking blocked it and suspended his Twitter profile, saying that it was like depicting acts of violence or whatever. But you can find a million other tweets using that same fucking GIF.
Yeah.
But it's because this guy's like a left-leaning commentator or whatever. I mean,
they enforce the rules when and how they want to, on who they choose to. Period.
Yeah,
that's all part of it.
It's
all
definitely
part of it.
Suspicious. Like,
but then
the board trying to block Elon from buying it.
Yeah,
it's suspicious because what is he going to find? Like, is there something that he could find that he would expose that goes deep, like really deep?
I don't know. Maybe I don't even know if it's that deep. I think that they don't
want him to change what they got going on.
They don't need that kind of ink on Sugar Mountain. You know what I'm talking about? They don't need it. They got what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? They got what they're trying to do, and he knows that he's gonna come in and he's gonna fucking fuck their shit up. He's gonna cause chaos.
Why would it matter when they're gonna make all that money? I mean, the price
Maybe
that he offered per share.
I don't think it's about the money.
Then what is it about?
It's about their agenda.
It's about control.
Agenda. Yeah, it's about their agenda.
Why is their agenda so much more important than making millions and millions of dollars?
Because because the people that own Twitter are already multi-millionaires. They're already, once you've got
the agenda's all
so
part
they don't
of
think
it,
like so they think they have some agenda that is so moral and so just that it is more important.
It might not be moral and just.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's moral. Maybe in their opinion they think so. Yeah, but
in their mind it must be.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, you understand like the difference between. If you have like you're worth $2 trillion and you're worth $3 trillion, you do understand that it's not like you get a bigger car. Like nothing really changes.
There was a study done, and they said after about like 70 or 80,000 or 170 or something like that $1,000 a year, your life doesn't really improve. Like your state of well-being, your means, it doesn't really improve up to that point. So and like a lot of these people, they're just not motivated by
the money anymore.
The money.
They got all the money.
Not even about that. It's like they live through some altruistic. They think that their view of the world is altruistic, and that that's the only way.
And they want to push that on people.
And it's a mental illness.
But
it's a literal fucking mental illness.
but it doesn't seem like it doesn't feel like it's like, nah, we don't want them to do it. Our answer is no. Like, they panicked and went to an extreme to block it.
But why say somebody that's more left-leaning and more liberal does the same exact thing and has zero consequences? Or for granted, they do something even way crazier. Like, they'll say something way fucking more wild than that. You know what I mean? They'll make some fucking kind of like, some feminist will say fucking all white men need to die or all women need to abort male babies. And that's just fucking allowed to float around on Twitter. Those people don't get taken off. But he says something that can be misconstrued, and all of a sudden now he's down and fucking barred from the platform. Come on, man. Come on. It's a fucking obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah, it is obvious, but
it's wild, man.
There's so many different variables.
Yeah, there's a lot of different moving parts.
Like Saudi Arabia.
And
like,
at the end of the day,
what are you gonna do about Saudi Arabia? What are you gonna do about countries that you can't tell Saudi Arabia they're not gonna use bots and they're not gonna ban people for saying shit?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a private corporation. It's not a public utility. It's a private corporation that they can pretty much do whatever they want with their product. Whether, and it's just because of the way things are, it's like the de facto public square for people to communicate, and it's like, what do you do?
Didn't he say he wanted to take it private? He said if he bought it, he would take it private. What was the point of him taking it private?
Well, it's a publicly traded company.
It's publicly
now.
traded, but he said he wanted to make it private. If he bought it outright, he would. He said that's the only way to fix it.
Because because then you wouldn't have to be beholden to your
share members,
your shareholders.
We need to get you a mic.
Yeah, you're not beholden to your shareholders. Like, you don't have to have a board of directors that keeps coming in and saying, "Look, we're not making money. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have to do this." If it's just private owner,
the board is the only ones that have.
You're legally obligated to make money for your investors.
You have to.
Jack Dorsey or Dorsey. Jack Dorsey just tweeted something. He tweeted something crazy like 2 days ago or yesterday about the board of directors, and he was saying how this is like some fucking crazy fraud movie that he's going through. It's like the board, what he's witnessed over the past 10 years in Twitter. He's like, there has to be some sort of Hollywood thriller made about this because there's like these coups that are happening within the company.
Yeah.
What did he say? Find the exact quote for what he said. Click the New York Post.
This jerk off takes cold showers every day. He does.
Jack Dorsey rips. Keep going. There it is. He said it's consistently been the dysfunction of the company. Dorsey said later when he asked about another user, if he was allowed to say this, he replied no. In another tweet, Dorsey responded to the user who quoted the venture capitalist Fred Destin as praising the Silicon Valley proverb. Wait. Good boards don't create good companies, but a bad board will kill a company every time. Keep going down. Big facts, he said. He said something about like a Hollywood thriller and like coups happening.
Yeah, man, I'm sure there's all kinds of internal shit going on there. People are fucking fighting it.
I'm really happy Elon is joining the Twitter board. He cares deeply. Well, he didn't join the board. Oh, that was the first tweet. That's when he said he was buying like 10% or whatever. And then he purposely didn't join the board because when you're a board member, you can't own more than 15% of the company. Anyways, but he said there's like been a lot of fucking crazy shit happening on the insides of that company, whatever. And it's like he was really stoked on Elon doing it, but
yeah. I mean, listen, I think it's a good move.
But Elon doesn't know. He's got to figure out how to get that much money.
Dude, he's got a lot going on. Now he's trying to fucking take over Twitter and go to fucking Mars. And
how's he going to get 40
dig tunnels underneath the earth and fucking Jesus Christ, man. This guy.
How would he get $40 billion?
You only have to get 50 what? You only have to get a certain percentage and then get some other guys to go along with you.
He's got that and probably fucking
interest.
stock and fucking in Tesla stock.
How much stock would he have to sell to get $45 billion?
Oh, that's a good question.
How many socias do you need to get 40 billion?
Oh my!
The population of a small country.
Yeah.
Are we done? Matt? Matt's fucking over it.
I gotta drive an hour.